If you're considering Laguna Woods Village and you keep hearing people say, look in Third Mutual, this video is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of surprises. Because Third Mutual is not just a different part of the village, it's a different ownership lane, a different lifestyle lane, and in many cases, a different buyer profile. Third is the place people choose when they want more breathing room, more renovation upside, and a more residential feel inside the gates. But it also comes with trade-offs that buyers often do not understand until they're already in escrow. So today we're going to do a deep dive into what it's like to live in Third Mutual in 2026, how the condos work, what the lifestyle actually feels like, what you can and can't do in terms of renovations, and how to shop the smart way. And at the end of the video, we will give you a simple fit test so you can decide if Third Mutual is your perfect match, or if another area in the village would serve you better. Here is what we're going to cover. We're going to cover what Third Mutual feels like day to day, what makes it different structurally, where it sits inside the village, the most popular floor plan types buyers are looking for, the renovation reality and approvals, the monthly HOA fee and what it includes, what you're responsible for as an owner, parking and garage options, pet rules, and the biggest buyer mistakes we see. This is a practical guide, not a highlight reel. The goal is that you finish this video and you feel like you actually understand Third Mutual. If this is your first time here, welcome. This channel is all about Laguna Woods Village. We cover the real costs, the real rules, how the mutuals work, what different areas feel like, and how to buy here without getting surprised halfway through escrow. I'm Mark Blunden and I lead a team focused on Laguna Woods Village. Our contact information is in the description below, and if you're planning a move, we would love to help you compare areas and avoid surprises before you write an offer. Let's start with Third Mutual in one sentence. Third Laguna Hills Mutual is the largest condominium mutual in Laguna Woods Village, and it tends to feel more spread out, more residential, and more customizable than many other areas. Geographically, Third covers a large portion of the west and southwest side of the village. Depending on where you land, you may feel closer to certain gates, certain clubhouses, and certain corridors for shopping and daily errands. And here is why this matters. When people talk about Laguna Woods, they sometimes talk like it's one community with one vibe. It's not. In Third, the layout, the spacing, the building types, and the ownership structure create a different day-to-day experience than you might get in some of the other areas. Now, let's talk about the thing that's different about Third Mutual. Third Mutual is condominium ownership. That may sound like a small detail, but it changes how you think about the home, how you insure it, how you might remodel it, and what you might be responsible for. The simple way to think about it is this. In Third, you own your unit as a condo, and the association maintains the shared exterior and common areas, but you're generally responsible for what happens inside your walls. So Third buyers need to think more like homeowners, not like people buying into an environment where the association handles interior issues. This is not good or bad, it's just a different lane. If you like autonomy, Third Mutual often feels amazing. If you want a more hands-off maintenance lifestyle, Third may feel like more responsibility than you want. And here's a second thing that changes everything, and it's important. Third Mutual is strict on its financial qualifications. It's not a down payment only community. The baseline requirement is an annual income of at least $60,000. And when there's more than one purchaser, that can be combined. If you're financing, Third also looks at whether you have enough income to cover the unit's annual mortgage payment plus the $60,000 requirement. And you need acceptable net assets equal to the purchase price plus $200,000. We'll repeat this again later in the checklist, but we do like to set that expectation early because it's one of the most common surprises to buyers new to Laguna Woods Village. Okay, so here's what living in Third tends to feel like. Third is more spread out, it has more cul-de-sacs, more greenbelts, and more of that neighborhood feel. You'll see people walking, you'll see people out with their dogs, and you'll see quieter pockets where it feels less like you're living in an apartment style setup. You'll have certain areas that border or face greenbelts and certain pockets where you can get beautiful views of the Laguna Coast Wilderness Park. So when buyers say they want something that feels a little more private and a little more open and a little more residential inside Laguna Woods Village, Third Mutual is usually the first one they ask about. Now, let's talk a little bit about floor plans because this is where a lot of people get confused. Third Mutual is not one product, it's many micro markets. So we always encourage buyers to shop Third by lane, not by random listings. Here are a few of the popular lanes buyers ask for a lot of the time. First, Casa Linda. Casa Linda is popular because it gives you a comfortable layout, good natural light in many versions, and a strong livable now, remodel later path. Second is the cottage style lane. In Third, two of the most asked about cottage style models are the San Clemente and the Encanto. These are popular because cottage style living is a very specific feel. People love that little home vibe, and many buyers prefer having less of a stacked condo feel and more of a simple, cozy footprint that feels a little bit like a single family home. Third, Casa Del Mar. Casa Del Mar is another one buyers ask about because it tends to feel open and functional, and it fits that downsizing without feeling cramped lane that many buyers want. And here's the important part. Two listings can look similar online, but the experience can be completely different based on where the unit sits in the village, what level it's on, what it faces, and what the parking situation is. So when we help clients shop in Third Mutual, we narrow down the floor plan lane first, then we narrow down the micro location, then we evaluate condition and monthly costs. One reason people choose Third Mutual is because they believe it has more renovation flexibility. Third is one of the most renovation friendly lanes in the village because you get an upside of being able to truly customize your interior without the same trade-off you see in the co-op area. In Third, buyers commonly do things like updating kitchens, opening layouts, changing flooring and lighting, upgrading bathrooms, adding in-unit laundry where it's possible, and installing efficient cooling solutions like mini split systems, depending upon the home and approvals. But here's the reality check. Renovation in Laguna Woods Village is not like renovation in a typical neighborhood. It's doable and people do it every day, but it's a process. Hi, it's Mark here. If you're exploring 55 plus communities in Orange County, such as Laguna Woods Village, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, we'll walk you through everything from floor plans to financing, HOAs, and monthly costs. Call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom below. We're here to make your move simple and stress-free. One term you're going to hear a lot about in Laguna Woods Village is mutual consent. That is the approval process you go through for many alterations. And depending on the scope of your project, you may also need city permits through the City of Laguna Woods. So the right mindset is this. Third Mutual gives you renovation flexibility without losing interior maintenance benefits that may exist in United Mutual, but it doesn't give you renovation speed. The biggest mistake we see is buyers saying that they'll remodel right away, but they don't really understand the approvals process, contractor scheduling, material lead times, and how the village process actually works. What we recommend is simple. If renovation is part of your plan, we help you look at the feasibility of doing that before you buy. We talk through what you want to change, what is typically allowed, what the timeline might look like, and what your best path forward is so you're not surprised later. Now, let's talk numbers, because this is a big part of budgeting in Laguna Woods Village. As of spring 2026, HOA fees in Third Mutual averaged around $910 per month. There can be small variances depending upon the building, and yes, buildings with elevators and certain shared amenities do carry a premium. Now, what does this monthly HOA fee typically cover? Well, things like water, trash, sewer, basic cable, exterior maintenance, roofing, painting cycles, landscaping and common areas, and of course, the major community amenities that make Laguna Woods what it is, including pools, fitness centers, golf courses, and clubhouses. And you also get the peace of mind benefit of a gated community with staffed gates and security patrol. The budgeting takeaway is simple. In Laguna Woods, you don't want to evaluate affordability based only on the purchase price. You want to evaluate your total monthly housing cost, including the HOA fee, insurance, and any other fixed costs you might carry. Here is another big difference that affects lifestyle. In Third, the HOA generally does an excellent job on exterior upkeep. Things like roofing, exterior painting cycles, termite treatment programs, and common area maintenance are typically handled by the association. But interior issues are generally on you as the owner. So if you're comparing Third to a co-op area, the key difference is that co-op areas often include interior maintenance, not always, and that's done by the association, while in Third Mutual, the condominiums, it's the homeowners that are responsible for the interior maintenance. Again, it's not good or bad, it's simply about fit and what you're comfortable with. If you like autonomy and you're comfortable maintaining your own interior, Third Mutual can be a great match. If you want a more hands-off interior maintenance lifestyle, you may prefer a different mutual, but even in United Mutual, where the stock cooperatives are, if they've been remodeled by the owners or members, then the HOA may no longer maintain the appliances or other interior features of the property. So you definitely have to do your research, but you do have the possibility with a stock cooperative that the HOA will maintain appliances and other features on the interior of your home. Now, let's talk about parking, because this is a huge quality of life and convenience factor. Parking in Third varies by model. Some homes have attached garages or detached garages, and if they don't have a garage, they definitely have a carport. Garages are a major bonus in Laguna Woods because they're not that common across the village as a whole. If you value storage, easy access, or you simply want the convenience of the garage, Third is almost certainly where you need to be to get that. And there's also certain pockets of Third that feel more detached and more single family in vibe, but still inside the HOA managed community. That's one of the reasons Third appeals to buyers who want something that feels a little bit more like a traditional neighborhood. Third Mutual, like the rest of the village, is also a pet-friendly area. The village allows up to 3 pets per household with no more than 2 dogs, and because Third is more spread out with green belts and quieter streets, it can feel very walkable. Guest logistics and visitor convenience vary depending upon where you live, but the lifestyle is generally calm and residential. This is a mutual where people often stay a long time and you'll feel the pride of ownership in many pockets. One of the underrated parts of Third Mutual is convenience. Depending on where you are, you can have strong access to major corridors for shopping, dining, and medical services. And for residents who use golf carts, the village becomes very navigable in a way that surprises outsiders. That is why we always say you don't want to buy only based on the unit, you want to buy based on the unit plus its location within the village. Here is how we recommend evaluating Third Mutual in 2026. First, do not compare Third to other areas as if they're the same product, because they're not. Third often prices differently because it's condo ownership and it often offers more space, and the renovation upside can be bigger. Second, recognize that pace can be different. In some cases, Third can take longer to sell because buyers are making bigger decisions about remodel scope, floor plan fit, and total monthly cost. Lastly, shop it at the micro level. In Third Mutual, a small difference in location, view orientation, stairs versus no stairs, and parking type can change demand dramatically. This is why we always guide our clients at the mutual and floor plan level rather than just with generic advice. Okay, so who is Third Mutual perfect for? Third Mutual is a great fit for independent homeowners who want more space, more privacy, and more freedom to customize. It's great for people who want a quieter lifestyle, who want breathing room, and who like the idea of owning a condo and taking responsibility for the interior. If you want to personalize your home and make it feel like your own, Third could be the best lane inside Laguna Woods Village for you. Now, that's not to say in United Mutual, where the stock cooperatives are, you can't remodel your home. It's just that if you do remodel, you lose that benefit of the HOA maintaining the interior. Nowadays, however, so many people have remodeled their homes in United Mutual. A lot of them don't have that benefit anymore in any case. If you're considering Third Mutual, here's the checklist we recommend before you write an offer. First, confirm that you qualify for Third Mutual before you fall in love with a specific home. As mentioned previously, the baseline requirement is an annual income of at least $60,000. If there's more than one purchaser, your income can be combined. If you're financing, Third also looks at whether you have enough income to cover the unit's annual mortgage payment plus the $60,000. You'll need acceptable net assets equal to the purchase price plus $200,000, even if you're taking out a mortgage. And one important detail that surprises people, Third Mutual states that only aged accounts, 180 days, will be considered in the sections that require aged assets. Second, confirm the exact monthly HOA assessment for that specific unit and whether there are building premiums. And then third, confirm the parking type, storage, and whether a garage is included or if it's just a carport. Fourth, if renovation is part of your plan, confirm feasibility early, including what approvals are typically required and what timeline you should expect. Fifth, confirm the location lane, what it faces, how quiet it is, and how walking routes and daily access feel. That checklist is the difference between an easy escrow and one that's full of surprises. Now, to sum it all up, Third Mutual offers more breathing room and a more residential layout, condominium ownership, strong renovation upside, popular floor plans like Casa Linda or cottage-style San Clemente and Encantos or Casa Del Mars, and in certain models, garage options that are rare or non-existent in other parts of the village. If that sounds like the lifestyle you're looking for, Third Mutual might be the perfect fit. Now, if you're considering Third Mutual, comment below one thing that matters most to you. Is it single level, garage, views, cottage feel, renovation potential, or monthly cost? And if you want help comparing Third Mutual to other areas, or you'd like us to build you a short list of floor plans that match your priorities, our team would love to help. I'm Mark Blunden. I lead a team focused on Laguna Woods Village, and all our contact information is in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next Laguna Woods update. And if you want to keep learning about the village, watch our next video on the mutual you're comparing Third against, because that is where your decision becomes clear. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.